Hi ladies and gentlemen, Sean Davies with Coloradoreinsman. Here on Easter in spring, beautiful day, and with Patsy again. So what I'm going to show today, where it's going to be a shorter video, just going to show you the progression that we've gotten to now. I can pretty much walk in and get up and pet her. She's still not going to let me just walk in and put a halter on her, so I'm still working with my rope. I've had her led around the property on 2 different days now, and I like to get them out of the pen as soon as I can. It really changes their whole attitude about everything. She's really wonderful out leading now with just the twisted rope around her neck. I'll show you that today. But she has just calmed down so much. She basically lets me stand there and throw the rope over her. She might move a little bit. The nice thing is, I was in for a few minutes earlier today and doing some approach and retreat, and I can pretty much, if she moves, it's fine, but she's gotten to where, if I approach her, she does not just run away all the time. If she puts his butt towards me, I'm going to chase that butt off, get her to face me up, take the pressure off. She likes to kind of turn her front end. She does a real nice turn on the haunches, but always keeps that butt towards me, and I'm working that out. I'll stomp my feet or something to move the butt away. So I'm just going to come in here, and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. See, right there, she's moving that front end away. So I'm going to push on the rear end, and I'm going to take that pressure away. I'm going to say, good girl. Then I'm going to approach in here again. Push that rear end. I'm asking her to stop right there. Don't give me the rear end. See, now she's already learning that when I put pressure, she's coming to me. Goes away from me. Now she comes to me. I take that energy away, and she looks at me. She'll follow me around now. Really relax. I just want to walk into the shoulder and pet her. She just about always gets in that sweet spot, but I want her to get out. Get that butt away from me. Come back in here. Good girl. Now I'll just walk back out. So it's not the intense fear that she had originally. And you see, she follows me right up. So I'd like to get her out here and walk up. Now if she wants to go back, I don't want to let her retreat into the shed every time. So I'm actually going to move her out of the shed. I don't want her always retreating. She's going to come over and talk to Doc here, my assistant trainer. He's doing weird things. Just walk right in. And if she tries backing out of it, I'm going to stomp and take the pressure away. Get her to face me. Get her to come to me. Let her think. And this is all a prelude to putting the rope on her, and going to be a little claustrophobic here between the camera and see, I use my body in little increments to try to stop her movement and soften her and come towards her. As she goes forward, I'm going to stop her. Stomps that. Stomp that feet right there. She's much more comfortable with this side to me. Good girl. So I want her just standing still. Good girl. Good girl. Don't run away. See, I'm putting pressure right there. Now, I know this horse isn't going to kick me. I'm being very aware. Don't you get up behind, stomp on the ground behind your horse if you're worried about it. I know what she's going to do. Get her right back in that position over there. Take the pressure off right there. Push that rear end. I want to maneuver her right back in position. Just let all the energy drop right down through my body into the soles of my feet. Any tension go out. Good girl. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Now before she leaves me, I'm going to leave her. Now that's a great success. We've come a long way in just a few weeks. Now that should have been, for some of my horses, that's in the first couple days. So this horse has been a little bit more braced up. Push that rear end right there. I'm going to stomp my feet and get her to step back forward. And so that sweet spot, I can pretty much walk in and pet at will now. But she's not ready to give up her head and her neck to me without using my rope. So I don't worry about it. I've made great success. I continue to make great success with her. I'm not going to let her retreat into this pen. For one, you can't see me in there. And two, she doesn't get to hide from me in a place. And there, see, she's not even quivering now. She's going, I kind of like it. I'm not sure. She's thinking about leaving, but she doesn't. She's going, that's not too bad, so I'm going to take the pressure off. Good girl. She's such a sweetheart. Now, I'm going to go to my rope. You've seen a couple other videos where I've tossed that rope. She does not freak out as much as she did. And at times I've tossed it right over and she stands there, maneuvers herself right so I can pick up the rope. And then it's like she relaxes. So I'm going to grab it real quick. And you might see her move off. Who cares? I get my little rope all situated so it's easier for me to toss. And she goes, oh boy, here we go. I'm just going to come in here. She likes to get up in here. She actually came towards me, so I'm going to take the pressure off. Good girl. Now I'm just going to go ahead and toss it on her. Oh, that's a good girl. You see, as soon as it gets on her, she calms down. Now, she may back out. Good girl. She just maneuvered so I could pick up that rope. Now right there, that was beautiful. Now you're going to see her walk out with me. So those of you who maybe watched the first video go, oh, look, he's doing some weird cowboy thing. Now I've got my horse caught. And again, I'll cross those ropes and just twist them. So I just caught her real easy, not trying to force her to do anything. And I'll twist this rope, not to choke her, but to get the hole smaller around her neck so she can't poke her head out of it. It's just a simple little technique. Calms her right down. Look how sweet and calm she is. And now I can just shorten up my rope. One of the things I like to do when I'm leading them is I'm just going to put a little knot here in the very end so it's easier to keep my rope from coming undone. And if she did pull on me, I kind of slide my hand down that knot if I have to. Good girl. Now I'm going to come in to the side that she's comfortable with and pet her. Ooh, I'm petting her on the neck. Look at that. Good girl. Petting her on the head. Oh my goodness. Look at the difference in how she calms down when I get this rope on her now. And I'm just rubbing her. Oh, it's a good girl. Good girl. So she did well, and I'm going to walk off. Put a little pressure on her. So you can see how she's leading for me. So we'll just, you know, last week I decided I'm a glutton for punishment. I said I wanted to get her out of the pen and let her see life in a different way, that she's not always going to have pressure on her in here. This is not about scaring her. Get her out and enjoy something. She totally changed her whole mind. And if you look, oh my goodness, Miss Patsy says, you know, you rub me quick, you're scaring me, oh my goodness. But she's not freaking out. She's not trying to stomp me. Good girl. I'm going to take that off and look at her come with me. This is a baby, that's why. Now I've rubbed that side, that's comfortable side. Now I'm going to change over to this side again. I'm going to change my body language right here. Now you see, she wants to keep me on the comfortable side. Well, I've got to have a balanced horse, so I'm going to work both sides. If she pulls on me, I'm going to put some pressure on her. I'm going to keep working to get into that side. There you go. She gave it to me. I'm going to walk out. And you see, okay, she says, I can do it. I can handle it. I can handle it. Now she's much calmer. Who's a baby? Who's a big baby girl? Not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. If you notice the big difference now too, she doesn't try and run off at every opportunity. And if she does, she doesn't go far because she knows she'll come to the end of this lead rope and it'll spin her around. I'll put a little pressure right there. Alright, so I am going to take her for a little walk around the adjoining property. I'm going to walk her in between the old 1862 homestead buildings here, which could be pretty scary, and then take her down maybe for a little trot down the field. It's a beautiful evening. She's going to enjoy it. Might get to nibble a little grass, which she probably hasn't had much of in the last 5 or 6 years. This horse has probably never grazed green grass. A lot of difference in this little mare, and she's watching me. But she's saying, I got you. Oh, she's a good girl. Look at that face. She says, I'm not sure about that. Now, see, I didn't put any pressure on her there. I said, well, don't move off. I'm not hurting you. Rub her face. I'll get a halter on her. I just haven't pushed it. No time frame with this girl. Alright, so I'm going to open up the gate here. And, I'm going to get the gate open. Go ahead and just lead her out here. And she's kind of looking forward to this now. Okay. She says, are we going for a walk? Yes, we are going for a walk. Are you ready? Okay. Yes, ma'am. Good girl. Just give her a second here to look around and see what's going on. Good girl. Alright, a little pressure right there. Say, let's go for a walk over here. So I'm just going to lead her through here. see these old 1862 original homestead buildings. They can be pretty scary, but she's learning that it's not going to kill her. Okay, that wasn't too bad. She gets less and less fearful every time we do this. She just enjoys it out here. So I like to stop and pet her whenever I can. See how much more relaxed she is. Now I'm going to take her for a walk all the way down the property. We're going to go for a little trot right here. Now here's the key. You see this rope's not very long. For you at home, I don't always suggest that somebody else does this. It's a good technique. You've got to be sure that you're physically capable to turn this horse around and hang on to this rope. If they get loose, you're going to play heck catching them. So, you know, we have gates open to the property. I'm pretty sure that this horse isn't going to try to get away from me. So I'm going to go ahead and just take her with me. She says, I'd like a little bit of that green grass. So this little horse is just about lead trained. She trots behind me, goes wherever I want her to go. Lets me pet her, get my arm over her a little bit more. Just kind of saying, well, I'd like to go over to the camera. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille. Let's just take her down. Walking her next to the buildings, and everything I expose this horse to is going to be a positive for her. And she's less fearful. Doesn't want to run off out here. I'm going to start changing her mind by just getting her out of the pen and going with me. And you see, she hadn't really tried to run off once. She probably will, but that's okay. She doesn't go far. Does like to eat grass. I am going to stop that unless I stop and say, okay, you can do it. See, right there, I don't want her getting that bad habit. Mustangs will stop and get a piece of grass in their mouth every opportunity they can. So she's got to learn that when I say she can, but not until then. Good girl. Good girl. I'm just going to walk her down here around these benches, around these trees, just see how she does. Go between the benches and the fence. See if she'll come with me. Yep, because that was a tight fit. That was real good. Real happy with that. just act like she's done all this stuff 1,000 times. That was a little bit much for her. It's pretty tight space. Just tell her, come this way. Look how she overcomes that. Beautiful job. I'm just going to say that was a good girl. Want to pet her there. Oh, she said, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Mama. Now this is a darn sight better than the first couple times to try to work with her. She's overcoming that fear. What a nice little horse she's going to be one day for someone. Really hope some of you think about adopting her. I'm going to have her real soft and real nice here in the end. So when she does that good, going between a space that big, I'm just going to leave that alone. So we're just going to call it a day. We're going to walk her back up, put her up. I can't be happier with her. So we're just going to work our way back up. What a beautiful day out here. She's enjoying herself. So stay tuned for more from Miss Patsy from the Sand Wash Basin and the Great Escape Mustang Sanctuary. You want to say goodbye? You want to say goodbye? Come here. No, don't get grass. Don't get grass. I'll let you say goodbye. I'm going to let you get on this side and sign off. Are you ready? Say bye-bye.